Hello, everyone, and welcome to Village Yoga Sedona on-demand classes. My name is Alise, and today I will be guiding you through a pregnancy yoga series. This class will be about 45 minutes to an hour. You can pause at any time for your comfort, maybe take a break, have a sip of water. And today we're going to be really focusing on, throughout the pregnancy, ways to release tension in the back. Perhaps for you, depending on how far along you are, you're feeling a bit of tension in the lower spine, totally normal. So we're just going to break down postures in a simple way. We're going to connect to our breath, and we're really going to connect to our bodies. So yoga means union. We're connecting to all the aspects of our being. And today, what's really important as a pregnant mama is that we're really listening to our body. So if at any point you're feeling nauseous, uncomfortable, you need to pause, take a sip of water, do so. This is your yoga practice. And I'm here with you, 27 weeks pregnant, as you can tell, just to really enjoy the process of moving our bodies. Perhaps you're in a phase, depending on where you're at, where movement is more challenging. And I'm here to tell you that in yoga, you can always find a way to get through, and it doesn't always have to be so yang. So today we're going to go through more challenging postures, and we're going to involve the aspect of yin femininity into all of our movements. So make sure you have water. If you want to get blocks, have some blocks. Have a nice yoga mat, get comfortable, take a deep breath. We're here to connect to our bodies and just to stretch out. So first, we're going to begin with our feet separated, hip width distance. Depending on how far along you are, perhaps having wider legs may be more comfortable. At 27 weeks, for me personally, I feel good about hip width distance, probably about 2 fist width. So first, we're going to begin by bringing our arms up over our head sideways. Interlace your fingers, release your index fingers, thumbs crossed. Stretch up out of the waist, absolutely straight line, and just slowly bend your body right and left. Moving our bodies right and left, and also paying attention here to what's going on with the spine. If you notice that you're tucking your butt out, tuck it in, stretch up out of the waist, and just breathe here. So the objective here is to gain control over our lower spine, to stretch our shoulders, and to just really gain more mobility in aspects of our body that perhaps may be a little bit dormant. So let's just stretch right and left, left and right. I'm moving around on my mat just as a guide for you to see what I look like. And then we're going to stop in the middle. Keep your arms there. Connect to the shoulders. Try to have no gap between your bicep, arms, and ears. So notice how right now my arms are covering my ears and there's minimal airspace. My thumbs are crossed and my palms are squished together like glue. Now we're going to stretch up out of the waist and absolutely straight line, slowly bend the body to the right. Continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility. Bring your left hip forward, bring your right shoulder forward, elbows locked by your ears, palms stuck together like glue. Come down and push. Inhale, breathing, come back up. Again, stretch up out of the waist, absolutely straight line. Arms are burning. Slowly bend your body to the left. Continuously push your hips to the right beyond your flexibility. Right hip forward, left shoulder forward, elbows locked by your ears. Chin up, smiling, come down and push. Inhale, breathing, keep your arms there. Now for backward bending, you can keep your arms there or place your hands on your hips. I'm turning around on my mat just to show you. Placing your hands onto your hips, bring your elbows back, tighten your glutes, lift your chest up, and drop your head back. So as you're lifting your chest up and dropping your head back, you should feel deep release in the lower spine. Perhaps if you're sitting on a computer, on the couch, on a chair, in a car, you're feeling deep release now in the lower spine from this opposite back bend. Inhale, breathing slowly, come up with the support of your hands. Now bend your knees and slowly bend your body down, placing your 10 fingers on the floor in front of you. Good. Relax your head and just breathe. Pedal out your feet, right and left and right. And now perhaps you're feeling like, depending on how far along with you are, your belly may be in the way. So we're just going to open up our feet and come into a yogi squat here. Hands come to our heart. We're going to open up our chest, push our elbows against our knees, and just breathe. So again, at any point in this class, if you need to take a break and have some water, listen to your body. That is a main message from my midwife, is that when you're thirsty, have a drink. When you have to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. And so that's her guidance for the instinct that comes through birth as well. So as we sit in this yogi squat, a great position, we open up our chest and we just breathe and connect to our breath. Again, as we're opening up our hips here, we really are connecting to the lower spine, the shoulders, the neck. Just breathe. Place your hands down on the mat in front of you. Lift your hips up. Place your feet on the mat, parallel. Grab your elbows and just rock right and left, left and right. Breathe. Place your hands on the mat again. Walk your feet in, if it's comfortable for you, just a little bit. Bend your knees and grab your hands on the back side of your ankles. And now, if you can, grab underneath your heels. Perhaps if this is not accessible to you, go back to step one, where you grab your ankles, lean forward, lift your hips up, and try to lock out the knees. Breathe. Inhale, breathing, arms and head together. Come up, stretch up, arms down, breathe, and let it go. Nice. So we're going to do that in a second set. First set, we're just seeing where our body's at. Second set is a bit easier, also shorter time. So again, from the start, we're a little bit more opened up now. Feet are hip width distance. Bring your arms up over your head, interlace your fingers, release your index fingers, thumbs crossed. Stretch up out of the waist, slowly bend your body to the right. Continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility. Bring your left hip forward, right shoulder forward, elbows locked by your ears, chin up, palms together like glue. Come down and push. Inhale, breathing, and come up back to center. Breathe. Stretch up out of the waist. Absolutely straight line, slowly bend your body to the left. Continuously push your hips to the right beyond your flexibility. Right hip forward, left shoulder forward. Elbows locked by your ears, palms stuck together like glue. Come down and push. And push. Inhale, breathing, and come up back to center. Now, place your hands on the backside of your hips like you're putting your hands into your back pockets. Tighten your glutes. Lift your chest up and drop your head back for backward bending. As we backward bend, we release tension in the spine with full control. Go to a depth that suits you. Go back, fall back. Inhale, breathing slowly, come up. Bend your knees, and with a straight spine, full control, bend your body down, placing your 10 fingers on the floor in front of you. Separate your feet a little bit. Come down again into a yogi squat. And we just breathe. In and out through the nose. Spine is straight. Shoulders are in control. Spine is feeling that release. And perhaps when you're in this posture, you do feel some snap, crackle, and pops very lightly just the cracking of the lower spine. That's what happens to me. And this is a great posture that I do to relieve tension in the spine after having a long day of sitting at the computer. So just breathe. In and out through the nose, breathe. Nowhere to be other than our yoga mat. Nothing to do other than move our bodies with our baby, showing him or her how beautiful movement can be in a peaceful yin and often, sometimes, challenging way. So again, depending on where you're at, take it easy, back off if your breathing is very laborious. Less is more. We're just moving together today. Breathe. Place your hands on the floor in front of you. Lean onto your hands, lift your hips up, drop your head down, relax. In and out through the nose, breathe. If you don't want to grab your elbows in ragdoll sway, you can keep your hands on the mat and just kind of lean forward, lean back. The ragdoll sway can be a little bit destabilizing, depending on where you're at. Place your hands down on the mat if they're not there already. Move your feet in together just a little bit, still hip width distance. Bend your knees. Grab the backs of your heels or your ankles. Get your elbows behind your knees as much as possible. Lean forward and pull. Again, if the belly's in the way, bend the knees more, relax. Yeah. So what we're doing here is we're stretching the spine. There also is a belly in our way, so there's only so much we can do without it interfering with our stretch. Totally fine. Pull on the heels or the backs of the ankles, lean forward onto the toes a little bit. Try to lock out the knees if you can. If not, keep your knees bent and do what you can with that belly in the way. Inhale, breathing. Arms and head together, stretch up. Arms down. Breathe and let it go. Now's a good time to have some water if you would like before we begin our awkward series. So having water in between postures whenever you need it, just to wet your whistle, great idea. Nice work, everyone. Next is awkward pose. Take one step to the right, hip width distance apart, arms up parallel to the floor, palms facing down, shoulders in line with the top of the shoulders. If there's a mirror in front of you, you can look at your position. If not, reach your fingers forward, suck your belly in just a little bit to engage the spine, not too much, we've got a baby in there, and sit down. Feet flat position until your hips touch the chair. Spine is straight to begin with, maximum body weight is in the heels. Make sure your knees are not buckling in. Try to push your butt back, look down at your feet, and try to get your knees over your ankles. Breathe, come down a little bit lower, and come up. Keep your arms there. Second part, come up onto your toes, maximum like a ballerina. Tremendous concentration. This is a tough one. Now, when you have balance, sit down on the toes. Thighs shooting towards the ceiling, hips and head against the imaginary wall behind you. Upper body leaning back, heels up, pointy toes, and change. Keep your arms there. Third part, come onto your toes a little bit, bring your knees together. If you're in the process of healing your knees, you may want to, first of all, for everyone listening, bring your feet in a little bit, it might be easier. Secondly, if you're in the process of healing your knees, maybe this is where you stay today. If you're proceeding, slowly go down with your knees together, arms parallel to the floor. Eventually, 1/2 inch gap between your hips and your heels. Stay balanced here, stay in control, and now slowly come up by squishing your knees together like there's a $100 bill between your knees. Step, feet step together, arms down, breathe and let it go. So in pregnancy, our center of gravity gets a little bit disoriented. So it's normal to go into postures that you may have previously been in full control of to now be a little bit destabilized. This is normal. Our center of gravity is different. The purpose of yoga is not to compare yourself to how you were. Just be here now. If you fall over today, just a little bit doesn't mean that it's going to be the same tomorrow. Every day is different, and there are practices where I feel so on top of it, even while pregnant, and other days where I'm just wobbling. So it is what it is. Feet a little bit apart for eagle. Bring your arms up over your head. Swing your right arm underneath your left. Twist your arms like ropes. Pull your arms and elbows down, shoulders. Stay balanced in a horizontal line. Sit down in that chair that we were just in and wrap your right leg. Wrap, twist, squeeze over the left. And you may need to practice this a few times until you get the right angle, the right adjustment, bringing that left hip forward, elbows down, shoulders down, ankle pushing against the calf muscle, pushing our upper body back a little bit more, and change. Arms up over your head. Swing, left arm underneath the right, pull your elbows down, and sit down in that chair that you were just in. So you can start with your feet a little bit apart. It is habit for me to have my feet together in this posture, but I know lots of pregnant mamas that prefer having feet separate. Now, lift your left leg up, wrap, twist, squeeze, get the ankle behind the calf muscle. Right hip forward, shoulders down, upper body back, wrap, twist, squeeze, upper body back at the end, and change. Arms up over your head, arms down, and breathe. For this next posture, we're going to require more balance. We'll see how I do on camera. If you need a wall, you may want to bring your laptop, phone, whatever you're using to stream this video, just to have a wall next to you for support. We don't need to be incredible balancers today, and having a wall could be a very useful tool for you today. And you're more than welcome to rewatch this class tomorrow, and perhaps you get more comfortable by taking your hands off the wall. Okay, so we're first going to begin, whatever's comfortable for you, feet together or a little bit apart. I'm going to keep it a little bit apart. Leaning forward, grabbing my big toe, right big toe. Immediately lifting my chest up and kicking my right foot out. This feels very good on my hips. Shoulders down, heel a little bit flexed. Left leg strong. Breathing. And change. Coming out exactly the opposite way that we came in. Other side. Right leg locked, bending over and grabbing that left foot, the left big toe. Immediately when balanced with the right leg strong, kicking that left foot out, flexing it slightly, opening up the hip and breathing. Smiling, breathing. If you're holding a wall, great. Good job listening to your body, mama. Breathe and change. Come out exactly opposite the way that you came in. and breathe. Ah, now's a good time to have a sip of water. We're not chugging water now because we don't want to get a belly ache, but we are just wetting our whistle. So we're doing these hard movements with a peaceful break in between. And I find that for my yoga practice, if I'm practicing on my own, probably like you're doing from the comfort of your home, it is very beneficial to just take a pause. Because if you push too hard, maybe that works for you. Sometimes for me, that makes me nauseous. So in figuring out this new body, I am discovering that going hard and then taking a breather and having some water allows me to go for extended periods of time for longer. So going on a rigorous hike, I do it now, 27 weeks, feeling good. And I'll take a break for just a little bit, have some water, breathe, get back to it. Okay, so we are back from our rigorous posture into a second one. Standing bow pulling pose. So again, if you need a wall, grab a wall. We're going to bring our right hand out to the right and grab your right foot from the ankle. Knees together to start. Left arm comes up, palm facing forward. Left shoulder relaxed. Left arm stretching up. Left leg strong. Inhale, breathing. Charge your body forward as you kick your leg up and back. The harder you kick, you can stay there forever. Charge and kick more, the weight of your belly bringing you down. Right hip down. Charge and kick, charge and kick, charge and kick. And we fall out sometimes too. Other side. Left hand comes out to the left. Grab your left foot from the inside at the ankle. Right arm comes up, relax the back shoulder. Inhale, breathing. Charge your body forward as you kick your leg up and back. Charge and kick. Left hip down. Charge and kick more. Charge and kick harder. Body down, leg up. Change. Stretch up. Arms down. Breathe and let it go. So with that posture, the weight of our belly really helps us. So we're going to do that again. Whew, just take a breath. Right hand comes out to the right. Grab your right foot from the ankle, from the inside. Make sure you're gripping from the inside here. So I'm going to grab the wall here for some support. When you're grabbing, scoop under and grab. Now, left arm comes up. Relax the back shoulder, lock the left leg, and charge and kick. Charge and kick harder. Charge and kick more. Looking at a spot in front of you. Charge and kick, 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 and change. Good work. Other side. Left hand comes out to the left. Grab your left foot from the inside at the ankle. Again, that grip is super important. Right arm comes up, stretch up out of the waist. Charge your body forward as you kick your leg up and back. Right leg strong, thigh engaged, charge and kick, 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 and change. Bring your arm down and breathe. Now, we're just going to come together into a yogi squat. Hands come to our hearts and just take a breath here. Close your eyes. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Now in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just breathing. Place your hands down on the mat. Push yourself up Walk your feet slightly together. Grab onto your back if you need to, and slowly come up. Now we are going to do balancing stick. So in this posture, it's important to keep everything strong from the start. And in doing so, you're going to give your body access to remain strong in the actual posture. So bring your arms up over your head, interlace your fingers, release your index fingers, thumbs crossed. Step your right foot forward, point the back toe, and with tight glutes, tight leg, bend your body down. Body down, leg up, stretching forward, stretching back. From the side, you look like a capital letter T as in Tom. Body down, leg up, body down, leg up, body down, leg up, and change. Good. Other side. Left leg steps forward, point the back toe, elbows locked by your ears, and go down. Body down, leg up. Body down, leg up. Stretching forward, stretching back. Right hip down, left leg locked. Stretch forward, stretch back, stretch forward, stretch back. And change. Stretch up, arms down. Breathe. Nice job. And just come back to your breath. Being pregnant myself, I have a much more intense breath than I've ever had in my whole life. So yeah, it's definitely catching my breath takes a longer time than it used to, and that's normal. So just breathe. Next is tree. Our left leg is locked. Grab your right foot and place it on your left thigh. Sole of the foot facing the ceiling. Very carefully opening up the knee to open up the hip. Tuck in your butt, no duck butt, and just breathe. If you can bounce here without your foot slipping, right hand comes to center of heart and left hand comes center of heart. Elbows come close to the body. And breathe. Other side, right leg locked. Place your left foot on your right thigh. Sole of the foot facing the ceiling. Every side is different. Grabbing from underneath, not over, opening up the knee to open up the hips. You can balance here, left hand, then right hand. Breathe. Change, very carefully coming out, honoring your standing practice, and turning around to lie on your back. Now, whatever is comfortable for you. At 27 weeks pregnant, I personally feel comfortable lying on my back. However, it is recommended in pregnancy from the very beginning, first trimester, instead of lying on your back, to always lie on your left-hand side, as I am showing now, bending the knees, placing your right hand in front of the chest, whatever's comfortable. Bending the knees is most comfortable, but always choosing the left-hand side. So in the practice that I'm trained in, 26 and 2, there is a pregnancy series, which I am combining with the regular flow in this class. And so in doing so, in the floor series, which we're going to begin, there's 20 seconds of asana between each floor posture. And it is going to be your choice to either lie on the back or lie on always your left-hand side. I would recommend following the instructions of always lying on the left-hand side, and I personally do not have problems lying on my back. So just, again, you're the mama. Yoga is about listening to your body. Breathe. Push yourself on up. And now lie on your back. So for the Savasana, if you choose to lie on your left-hand side, great. Now we're going to begin wind removing pose, which we start on our back for, and we bend the right knee, 10 fingers interlaced underneath the knee, pull it out and down, avoiding the rib cage. Left shoulder down, right shoulder down, elbows close to the body. Ascending colon digestive squeeze. Again, belly's in the way sometimes, so we're just going to the depth that we need to go today. Right leg comes down. Bend the left knee, 10 fingers interlace grip underneath the knee, pull it out and down, avoiding the rib cage. Right shoulder down, left shoulder down, elbows close to the body. Breathe. Descending colon digestive squeeze. Change. Now bend both feet. Place the soles of your feet together, grabbing on the outside, kind of like a happy baby, but instead bringing your feet together, opening up the knees, and slightly rocking right and left, just accessing that lower spine. As I mentioned in the beginning of class, if you're someone like me that gets a lot of tension in the lower spine, this practice has significantly helped me. Even if I pop into 1 or 2 postures throughout my day, I notice a significant decrease in lower back tension. So whether you choose to watch this class or not, again, which I highly recommend you do just for movement, especially during pregnancy, perhaps you can get a few takeaways of the postures that will deeply help that lower back pain. And I will be filming more classes, so if you enjoyed this, definitely check out Village Yoga Sedona on-demand classes to find more coming soon. Bring your feet down and breathe. Maybe you might want to shift your hips right and left at this point, just to notice, as I feel right now, there's a deep relief. Now, for half fish pose, we're going to roll our arms underneath our hips and our butt, palms facing down. Feet face forward, nice and tight. So this is the opposite of cobra pose, since we can't lie on our belly. And now we're going to pretend like there's a rope. Someone is pulling a rope coming from our chest, and we're going to lift up, slide our head against the floor, point our toes, lift our chest up, and breathe. Half fish pose. The more you do this posture, the closer you can try to get your elbows. Lifting your chest up, head is on the mat, toes are pointed, we're breathing. And now we slowly come out in full control. Roll over to your left-hand side if it serves you best, and just relax. Next, we go into a bridge. So lie back on your back. Feet are hip width distance. Hands are not touching your heels. There's a decent amount of space. However, if you have done this posture before and you're more advanced, you could get them closer. That's not a requirement though. So palms are facing down, lift your hips up, tuck your shoulders under, and breathe. If you want to interlace your hands underneath your hips, please do so. This is a sweet relief for that lower spine, engaging the legs, breathing. Change, slowly come down, roll over to your left-hand side, and breathe. Next, we're going to push ourselves up into a tabletop position. Fingertips in line with the top of the shoulders, knees are hip width distance. Our arms are engaged, our legs are engaged. And without a mirror, it's challenging to see where our spine is at. However, The objective here is to have a straight spine. So next time you have access to a big mirror, go into this posture and see what it feels like, the difference between this and this. Now, lift your right leg up, bring that right hip down, and just breathe. Engaging the core just a little bit and connecting to that lower spine. Change. Bring that left leg up. Bring that left hip down, balancing out the hips. Making sure that ankle is flat, unless you feel more comfortable having a tucked under toe for more support. Change. Now, we're going to lift the right leg up and lift the opposite arm up. Balancing here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Other side. Left leg comes up. Right arm comes up. Breathing. Left hip down. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Slowly sit down onto your hips. Open up your knees. And just breathe. Good work. Next, we're going to come into a fixed firm posture. So we're going to come to the top of our mat, bring our knees together, separate the feet, and sit our hips between our heels. And perhaps this is where you want to go today, and that's totally fine. If you would like to go further, again, not a requirement, you have to listen to your knees. You bring your right hand to right sole of foot, left hand left sole of foot. Right elbow goes down, left elbow goes down. Top of head touches the mat, back of head touches the mat. Arms over your head, grab your elbows, tuck your chin to your chest and lift your chest up. The objective here is to create energy, chi, life force energy all throughout the belly. Our baby is receiving so much energy right now, but our priority is also our knees. So make sure your knees do not come up off of the mat. If they need to go wider, that's fine. But for the health of your knees, they cannot come up off of the mat. And that is very important. So breathe here. Coming up safely, right hand, right sole of foot, left hand, left sole of foot. Right elbow helps you up, left elbow helps you up. Push yourself forward. Sit up onto the knees. Sit back onto the heels. Breathe. Turn around. Lie on your back or your left hand side and relax in a 20-second Savasana. Breathe. I would just like to reiterate that in the 26 and 2 pregnancy series, lying on the back is not recommended and the left-hand side is advised. Left-hand side. This is your body. So if you feel more comfortable lying on your back, that is totally fine. Just be careful when getting in and out of postures and be mindful about the exit and entrance. Good. Now push yourself up in control. And now we're going to do pigeon. So bend that right foot, bend that right knee, and sit on that right hip. This is a good time if you have blocks to place it under your right hip. We're just connecting to those hip flexors and breathe. Now it's up to you if you want to flex or point that front foot, but you do want to make sure that you have full control over your knee. And in this slightly advanced pregnancy asana, we're going to point the front toe, point our back toe, and lift our arms back and up, feeling our chest open, feeling our lower spine, listening to our heart, and feeling that deep stretch in the hips. Change. Slowly come down, come into a high plank push-up position, bend that left knee. In this posture right here, before going and bending backwards, flexing your foot does give you more control over the knee. However, if you're a seasoned yogi, you can point the back toe, point the front toe, try to balance out the hips, lift your arms up, palms up, chest up, breathe. Feeling into the hips, feeling into the chest, breathing. Change. Come into a high plank position, coming down to the knees, opening up the knees, sitting back. Next, we do half tortoise. Half tortoise is generally done when not pregnant with the knees together. At 27 weeks, having knees open is a priority. So we're going to bring our arms up over our head, palms together, thumbs crossed, stretch up out of the waist in absolutely straight line while having control over the lower spine. Bend your body down, placing your forehead on the mat. Breathing. Reaching forward, reaching back. Now, if it feels like you're in child's pose right now, what we're going to do is instead, we're going to engage the arms and try to make it so our elbows are off the mat. And in doing so, you may feel a deeper stretch in the spine. By keeping your elbows off the mat, now our whole body is really engaged. And as we come up, we're going to try to come up in a very straight line. Stretch up, arms down, breathe and let it go. Nice work. Next is camel. So if you remember the back bend in the beginning of class, this is very similar. So we are very prepared for the steep backward bend. You also are responsible for the feelings that are occurring in your own body. So if you want to stay in phase 1 for this back bend, you're still getting maximum benefits by releasing so much tension in stored, locked up energy, spots in the body. So just be aware that you don't have to go as deep by thinking that that's the only way that you get benefits. You get benefits by showing up on your mat today. So our knees are hip width distance. Place your hands onto your lower hips like you're putting your hands in your back pockets. Tighten your glutes, lift your chest up and drop your head back. This is phase 1. Lift your chest up, drop your head back. Phase 2, grab onto your heels, push your hips forward and drop your head back. Now don't push your hips forward too much. In pregnancy, that is not required for the camel posture. Breathe. Opening up the heart. Breathe. Inhale, breathing. Slowly come up. Sit down on your heels and breathe. So usually after camel comes rabbit, which is the opposite of rabbit, and you open the back of your spine. In pregnancy, rabbit is discontinued. So after pregnancy, we'll all be doing rabbit again together. Separate leg, head to knee stretching. Face forward on your mat, whichever way is comfortable for you. Bring your right foot out to the corner of the room, left foot pressing against your right thigh a little bit. Stretch your arms up, interlace your fingers, turn to the right, tuck your chin down a little bit and grab your right foot. So this posture is accessible to me. If this does not feel accessible to you, you could grab your right toe, place your left hand on your left hip, and just stretch up. So depending on where you're at and how you're feeling today, this is a great modification. I'm going to go back to phase 1. Breathe. Stretch up. Other side. Bring your left leg out, right foot in, right foot against left thigh. Stretch up out of the waist, turn to the left, tuck your chin to your chest a little bit, and touch your forehead to your knee. This posture is still accessible to me. A modification would be grabbing your left toe with your left hand, placing your right hand on your right hip, and stretching up. And if you need to bend that knee, do so. No problem. I'm going to go back to phase 1 again with my forehead on the knee. Stretch your arms up over your head. Bring that right foot out. Separate your feet a little bit. Place your hands in front of you, and maybe this is where you stay today. If you're a bit more flexible, then you could grab your big toes, lean your chest forward, try to touch your toes to the floor in front of you and get your chin on the mat or floor in front of you. Breathe. Grip your hands onto the floor, push yourself up, and now come into a butterfly position with your heels and toes touching, stretching up, bouncing the knees right and left and right, stretching up out of the waist and just breathing. It may feel good for you to place your hands behind you, shift your hips forward a little bit, and just feel what that feels like when you lift your chest up. This also feels really good for the lower spine. Now we're going to come back into that butterfly position just to stretch up. And breathe. Good. Again, take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Next, we're going to stretch our left leg out and bend the right knee across the left foot. Left arm comes up, and we're not twisting our bellies. We're just feeling the shoulders a bit. So I'm doing my best not to twist my belly. I am, though, twisting my shoulders. So just be mindful about what body part is being accessed, and the more you practice yoga, the deeper you'll understand what is getting moved and touched and stretched. Change. Right leg straight, bend the left knee, place your left foot by your right knee, right arm comes up, turn and twist to the left, pushing your right elbow against the left knee. Turn and twist. So my belly is not getting this twist. My shoulders are. And that's what you want to make sure you're doing. So focus on the shoulders here, not on the belly. Breathe. And change. Turn around. Lie on either your back or left-hand side. For me right now, lying on the back feels great. In the 26-2 Rajashree pregnancy series, she deeply recommends always laying on your left-hand side only. So just please be mindful and listen to your body. What serves you best? Breathe. So whether you're laying on your left-hand side or your back right now, now's a good time to really sink into a deep space of meditation, balance, excitement, bliss. We've done a lot of postures to circulate blood flow in organs, cells, veins, skin, bones. And in doing so, we're really bringing life force energy into our system. And as a result, bringing so much joy and bliss to our baby growing. So as we complete this practice, it would be great if you could honor yourself for 2 to 3 minutes. And perhaps you honor yourself in complete stillness, in silence, or you envision what it is that you want to create for your birth and your birth plan, and whatever you have been perhaps worried about. What is something that you can create right now in this space of bliss to further you along in this incredible journey? Shower yourself with gratitude, abundance, joy, bliss. Stay relaxed on your mat. My name is Alise, and it was an honor to guide you today at yoga at Village Yoga Sedona. We will be offering on-demand classes for all different classes. If you have friends that are interested in taking more yin style yoga who are not pregnant, we offer those classes on demand. And if this was something that really served you today for the pregnancy series, I'll be continue to be offering these for you online. So with this yoga pregnancy brain, namaste. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.